Hey folks, it's Kevin. In recent weeks, we have been experiencing a shift in the real estate market. And in this video, I want to share with you what I'm seeing and what my thoughts are moving forward. Let's get into it. As many of you may know, the real estate market is on fire and homes that are for sale are selling quickly. So much so that we've seen 20% value appreciation in the span of 12 months due to buyers competing for homes. But is this still the case? After acknowledging it in my own business, I took the liberty of reaching out to other agents here locally that I admire and look up to in business to ask them if they've been getting fewer offers on their listings representing sellers, and has it been easier to get an offer accepted working with a buyer. They did in fact agree with me. Now, we don't know if this is temporary or going to be ongoing, but let's talk about some things that could potentially be causing this shift. Number one, buyers are feeling fatigued. There is nothing more exhausting than growing emotionally attached to a specific property, thinking about the amazing memories that are going to be created in that home, and having that all stripped away from you by not having an offer accepted. When that happens time after time after time, it can really wear on a buyer's emotion. Now, why this is happening is because of the buyer demand and buyers' willingness to pay significantly over asking price and also pay a portion of that cash, which has really pushed those first-time home buyers right out of the market. Number two, people are growing fearful of what's going to happen to our economy now that the national eviction moratorium is lifted. What is that? That was a protection for renters to keep them in their home while they were going through a financial hardship due to COVID and could not afford to make that monthly payment. Well, now they're no longer protected. Although we did hear that the CDC once again extended that moratorium to October 3rd, 2021. We've also seen earlier this year, in fact, just last month, the Supreme Court ruled that the CDC does not have the authority to do so. Number three, we are seeing more homes available for sale, which has decreased the amount of offers each home is getting. I think this is due in large part to sellers and homeowners feeling more confident, allowing people to tour their properties, walk through, view it, and ultimately submit an offer. And also with the CDC lifting any restrictions for real estate agents to hold open houses, the natural feeling for homeowners today is, well, if my neighbor's willing to do it, then I should probably do it too. Now, is this temporary or going to be ongoing? It's still too early to tell. However, what I will say is that if we do get a spike in cases with the Delta variant, it won't be a surprise if the CDC steps in and says, hey, we need to change the way that we're going about showings, which could ultimately lead to fewer sellers willing to sell their home like we saw in March of 2020. The other component to consider is whether evictions and foreclosures are going to take place this year. This remains to be seen as we're waiting on more information to be made available by the federal government. I do intend on keeping you guys updated as that information is made available. However, my belief is that if evictions do take place and sellers who were not collecting rent payments the last 12 months because those renters were not paying may just decide to put those homes on the market, liquidate that asset, and just get out from underneath it. Well, that compounded with individuals losing their home to foreclosure because they couldn't afford to make that monthly payment may be a big enough rush of inventory, homes for sale, on the market to meet that buyer demand, which ultimately could lead values to drop. As always, this video is not financial advice. It is not intended to give you direction. You should not make buying nor selling decisions based off the information shared in this video. My wish is that you would take this information, do your own research with your newfound interest, as it is just very hard for any of us to predict specifically when a market correction would happen with all of these moving pieces. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it of value, please hit the like button, send it to a friend or a family member that you think could benefit from it, and lastly, please subscribe to my channel to stay updated on any future videos. I'll see you in the next one.